99, very good. Every little bit counts. How are you doing? Yeah, pump number 2 please. No thank you. Thanks very much. A bit cold today. A little bit cold. But we won't complain too much because it's great to be back out on my motorcycle. People must think I'm crazy talking to myself. Yeah, she looked at me. Well, yes, and welcome to Bikes of Rye. Thank you for joining me again on one of my moto vlogs. And today I'm out on a quick pop, just going on a quick spin, a 45-minute ride, get some fresh air. It's currently Saturday and I'm actually hoping, I'm praying that my medium mod is working better. I've owned the bike for just over a year now, so I thought this is an opportunity to give you my thoughts about ownership, a year's ownership if you like. And actually I would like to kind of address some of the common questions that I typically get. If at any point you enjoy this video, you enjoy this content and you find it valuable, I would so much appreciate it, so very, very much, if you could just please drop me a like. And if you want to stick around, why not subscribe? Plenty of content to come this year. Do we want to go any slower, really? So, first question that I typically get asked is the bike comfortable? What are the ergonomics like? And it typically comes from people that are of a taller height, yeah? And I can understand, the bike looks relatively small, right? So, to kick it off, I have currently done near on 3,000 miles on this bike, and that consists of mostly, you know, if I go out on the bike, I go out and I do a relatively long ride. So I've done rides, oh my god, this woman in front cannot drive. Look how much space there is. Oh my gosh. I'll go out for an hour like I am now, or I'll do a proper ride out. I'll go out with a group of bikers, and you know, I've done 200 to 300 miles on one ride out before. And I've done a bit of motorway, or if you're from the US, highway. Okay, so I've experienced both, yeah, but usually I ride the bike round B roads. I like to take the longer route places. Have I at any point felt uncomfortable on this bike? Now I'm 6 foot tall and I weigh 85 kilograms, and there is absolutely no problem for me on this bike. I've never felt cramped whatsoever. I've actually had my girlfriend on the back of this, and even then it didn't feel too bad. I don't ever get sore knees on this. I think the handlebars are of like a good width, and obviously you're sitting up on it. I think you have to keep in mind that you're upright on this bike, so that obviously is a benefit. That's a bonus to the comfort side of things. There's plenty of room in the saddle. I sit forward on the seat, which I think most riders do, but I can scoot back. If I want to tuck down, I can scoot back on the seat. Oh, just fallen off. If I was to mark out of 10 the comfort on this bike, I would give it, I'd give it a strong 8.5 for comfort. The other thing I often get asked about is, and it's kind of relatable to the comfort, yeah, and that is wind protection. And actually I get asked if this fly screen does improve the wind protection. I have to say I have not ridden a bike without this. This was fitted when I purchased the bike, so it was an optional extra from Triumph. And when they before they delivered the bike to me, or before they released the bike to me, this was already fitted. So I can't give my opinion on whether or not that does add any protection or not. But something that I thought about before buying this bike, I thought, oh, you know, there's no fairing. Oh, it's gonna get on my nerves. You know, especially if I want to go and race, not race a bit, but if I want to do a bit of speeds here and there between bends and stuff, and I'm going to be doing 60-70 miles an hour between bends. Is it going to be annoying? And honestly, there's not one point I've thought to myself, or I've been riding and I thought, oh gosh, this is horrible, like there's no wind protection. Genuinely, honestly, I mean, especially if you're wearing leathers, if you put a full set of leathers on, you don't even notice the wind. Okay, if you're going to do silly speeds, 100 mile an hour plus, you'd feel that on a fared bike, you'd feel that on a sports bike, especially on your helmet. Touching back on comfort, I just want to touch back on that right now, and this is one thing as well that I absolutely love about this bike, and that is riding around town. Like, I'm in 5th gear doing 26 mile an hour, and look how smooth it is, and the fueling on it, and if I had to ride this round a town centre for 30 minutes, I don't think it would annoy me. I mean, the brake I'm putting with my middle finger because the brakes are so sharp, it's just really smooth. And as I say, as you're sitting upright, you don't get those sore wrists or sore lower back. Everything is just so civilized on it. Like, you can just pull away so smoothly on it. See, like, I'm in 3rd gear at 18 mile an hour. Look, I'll even put it in 6th gear, right, at 22 mile an hour. Look, it's still very smooth. It's not chugging or anything, you know. Okay, so the third thing, and that is the mid-range, and it is something that I thought about when I purchased the bike, and again, it's something that I often get asked. They're worried if the bike is going to perform to what they expect. Is it going to be fast enough? Yeah, somebody might be, are you going to pull out or what? Come on in. You might be of an individual that might think that they don't want a 200 brake horsepower superbike anymore, and they just want to downsize slightly. Is it still going to be quick enough? Or you might be somebody who is considering obviously stepping up from, say, a 600, which is what I did. And of course, this being a 765, it sits in the middle of a 600 and a 1000. So yeah, I would say, like, I'll be honest, the mid-range, it is lacking slightly at times, but you have to consider, as I say, it's a triple, it's not a V-twin, it's not 4 cylinders, it's not a big engine, it's a mid-range engine, it's a 765, it's not going to rip your arms out of your sockets. So forget about it if you're looking for something with loads of mid-range pull. However, with that being said, does it still perform well? Yes. Look, this car going to overtake me. I hope that answers your question. Is there enough mid-range performance, for God's sake? Am I happy with my 2020 Street Triple 765 RS after a year's ownership? I am more than happy. It's comfortable, fast, smooth, well built, it looks great, sounds good, and anywhere I go, people often talk to me about it. Yeah, they come up to me and they ask me questions about it, and it just seems to grab attention. And I just think for the price of this bike, considering every other bike on the market at the moment, full of kit, O-lins, shower front forks, external headlights, LED daytime running lights, metallic paint, Brembo master cylinder here, Brembo front brakes, Brembo rear caliper. Okay, I've put an SC Project exhaust system on the bike, but just take everything into consideration for the money. So please, if you have disagreed with anything I've said, or if you agree with anything I've said, please drop it in the comments below. It'd be great to hear what you think. Maybe you're thinking of buying this bike. I hope it kind of adds some value. I'm going to crack on with the rest of my ride. I'm going to get home. It's a Saturday. I want a good drink, enjoy my afternoon after riding this absolutely superb bike. Thanks for watching. See you later.